First flight? How to navigate the airport without stress. You've booked the ticket, you're excited, but the thought of stepping into an airport for the first time? Terrifying. Everyone seems to know exactly where they're going. While you feel like you'll be the one holding up the line, fumbling with your shoes at security, you're not alone. Flying for the first time can feel overwhelming, and even people who've done it before admit airports are stressful. But don't worry, I'm going to walk you through the whole process, step by step, so you'll know exactly what to expect from the moment you walk in the door until you're standing at baggage claim with your suitcase in hand. Think of this as your calm, friendly guide. With a little prep, you'll be navigating the airport like you've done it 100 times. No stress, no panic, and maybe even with a smile. So let's start at the very beginning, before you even leave home. A little prep here makes everything at the airport so much easier. Before you even leave home, this is where the whole journey really starts. And here's the truth. If you get this part right, the airport itself becomes so much easier. First things first, documents. Double check you've got the right ID. If you're flying domestic, that's usually just your driver's license. For international, passport. And make sure it doesn't expire within 6 months. Some countries won't even let you in if it's close to the date. Next, check in online. Almost every airline lets you do this 24 hours before your flight. Don't worry if you've never done it. It's just a few simple steps. Go to your airline's website or app and look for the button that says Check In. Then, type in your confirmation code. That's the 6-digit number in your booking email and your last name. From there, just follow the prompts. Confirm your details, maybe pick seats if it gives you the option, and then hit Confirm. At the end, it'll give you your boarding pass. You can download it to your phone, save it in your airline's app, or even just print it out if that feels easier. And if this still feels stressful or confusing, that's okay too. You don't have to check in online. You can always do it at the airport, either at a kiosk or at the counter. Online check-in just saves you a bit of time, so don't stress. If this part feels overwhelming, we'll walk you through, step by step, how to check in at the airport a little later in this video. Now, luggage. Airlines usually let you bring one carry-on and one personal item, like a backpack or purse. If you're checking a larger suitcase, know that most airlines will charge a fee, and there are size and weight limits. Checked bags in the US have to stay under 50 pounds. That's about 23 kilos if you're outside the US. A good hack here? Weigh your bag at home with a simple luggage scale or even a bathroom scale. That way, you won't be that person opening their suitcase at the counter, shuffling socks and shampoo bottles into a backpack just to get under the limit. Now here's where it gets tricky for first-timers. Liquids. This rule only applies to your carry-on bag, not your checked suitcase. In the US, it's called the 3-1-1 rule. All liquids must fit into one clear, resealable, quart-sized bag, about 1 liter, with nothing over 3.4 ounces each. That's 100 milliliters. Think travel-sized shampoo, toothpaste, lotion, or sanitizer. Anything bigger can't go in your carry-on. But don't worry, you can pack full-size liquids in your checked suitcase. The only things airlines don't allow are hazardous liquids like fuel or chemicals. And don't stress if this feels confusing now. We'll go over it again when we get to the security section, step by step. Just keep that little liquids bag somewhere easy to grab, because you'll need to pull it out at the checkpoint. And while we're on carry-ons, remember, laptops and most larger electronics should go in there too. You'll usually have to take them out of your bag during screening, so pack them where you can grab them quickly. If this part feels confusing, don't stress. I've made a full video breaking down the latest carry-on rules, so stick around until the very end of this video, then on the end screen, click on Carry-On Rules Exposed Now in 2025. Why your bag will be flagged for the details. Okay, you've got your bag packed like a pro. Whew. Now comes the part that really makes first-timers sweat. Walking into the airport itself. Arriving at the airport. Walking through those sliding doors for the first time can feel like stepping into organized chaos. People rushing, announcements blaring, luggage rolling everywhere, and you're standing there thinking, where do I even start? Relax. You've already done the hard part by showing up prepared. Now, here's the timing rule. For domestic flights, plan to arrive about 2 hours early. For international, make it 3. That extra cushion isn't just about long lines. It gives you breathing room in case you get lost or something takes longer than expected. Once you're inside, don't just wander. Look up. The big overhead screens tell you exactly where your airline's check-in area is. Everyone looks like they know what they're doing, but trust me, even frequent flyers stop and check those boards. You're not holding anyone up. And if you're already worrying about security, hold that thought. We'll get to it soon, step by step. For now, just focus on finding your airline section. Okay, you've made it through the doors and found your airline. Now let's talk about getting your boarding pass and dropping off your bags. This is the part that makes a lot of first-timers nervous, or even those who haven't traveled in years and feel a bit rusty. But it doesn't have to. You've found your airline, and now it's time to check in. You can either use the kiosks, which are faster and usually have shorter lines, or go to the counter, which often means waiting in a much longer queue, but with an agent who does everything for you. Both get you to the same place, a boarding pass in hand and your bag on its way. So let's start with the kiosks. Don't be surprised if you see a crowd lined up in front of a row of glowing machines. Those are the kiosks. It can feel a little daunting the first time, like everyone else knows what they're doing and you're the odd one out. But trust me, most people in that line are fumbling with the same screens. Think of it like the self-checkout at the supermarket. You can do it yourself, or you can head to the counter where a person does it for you. Either way, you'll end up with the same result. And just like at the store, there's always a staff member floating around to help if you freeze up. Just take a breath, wait your turn, and when you get to the front, step up to an open kiosk. Here's how it goes. Super simple. First, tap the screen where it says, Check in. At first, it'll ask for your confirmation code. If you don't have it handy, no problem. Just type in your full name and departure city. Some machines even let you swipe the card you booked with. Once it pulls up your reservation, double-check your name and flight details. If the airline allows seat changes, you'll see that option too. Next, it'll ask about bags. This is where a lot of first-timers get confused. Some airlines, especially outside the US, make you pay for checked bags when you book your ticket. So at the airport, you're just tagging and dropping them off. But in the US, you might not have paid yet. If that's the case, the kiosk will ask you now, and you'll swipe your card to cover the bag fee before it prints anything. After that, the kiosk does its magic. It prints your boarding pass and those long, sticky bag tags. Don't panic about the tags. Everyone struggles the first time. You just loop it through the handle, peel the sticky strip, and stick the ends together with the barcode facing out. Tear off the little stub at the bottom and keep it. That's your receipt in case your bag gets lost. Then, it's over to bag drop. It's usually nearby, and if you're not sure where, just follow the stream of people rolling their bags away from the kiosks. Think of it like a mini airport conga line. Everyone's headed to the same spot. Once you're there, a staff member will weigh your bag to make sure it's under the limit. 50 pounds in the US, about 23 kilos elsewhere. After that, they'll send it down the conveyor belt, and it's officially on its way. Quick note. For many international flights, airlines require you to use the counter so they can check passports and visas. And honestly, if kiosks just feel like too much, that's okay too. Plenty of travelers skip them and head straight to the counter. The line is usually longer, but the trade-off is peace of mind. At the counter, an agent does everything for you. They'll check your ID, confirm your flight, weigh your bag, print your boarding pass, and attach the tag themselves. For many first-timers, this feels a lot less stressful because you don't have to figure out anything on your own. You just follow the agent's lead, answer a few questions, and you're done. Before your bag disappears down the belt, just do a quick glance to make sure the tag shows your final destination. It's a simple habit that gives you extra peace of mind. And hey, if any of this has made you feel a little calmer about the airport, do me a quick favor. Take 5 seconds to like and subscribe. And if you know someone who gets anxious about dealing with the airport, share this with them. It will help take a load off their mind, too. All right, now you've got your boarding pass in hand and your bags dropped off, you're officially in the system. Now comes the part everyone dreads, security. It's where even the most confident traveler suddenly second-guesses everything. Wait, do I have to take off my shoes? Is lip balm considered a liquid? Am I about to get yelled at? Don't worry. We're going to break it down so it doesn't feel overwhelming, just easy and straightforward. Navigating security without panic. All right, here we go, the security line. It's the part that makes even experienced travelers roll their eyes, but once you know the routine, it's not that bad. Think of it like a weird airport dance. Take things off, put them in bins, walk through the scanner, collect everything again. Simple. Here's what actually happens. When you reach the front, grab a couple of those gray plastic bins. Shoes go in, belts go in, jackets and bulky sweaters off and into the bin. The reason? Thick layers and metal parts can hide zippers, pockets, or little things you forgot were there. Security just wants a clear look, so anything bulky or likely to beep takes its own ride through the scanner. Don't worry, you'll pick it all up again right after. And a quick side note on belts. This is the one item people forget all the time. They walk through the scanner, it beeps, and then they have to backtrack and take it off. If you want to save yourself that little hassle, just wait to put your belt on until after security. Now, for liquids. We already talked about the 3-1-1 rule back in the Before You Leave Home section, but here's the key part at security. You'll need to actually take that clear bag out of your carry-on and place it in a bin. And just so you know, even things like lip balm or liquid makeup count. They all need to be in that bag. If you're still unsure about what does and doesn't get flagged, as mentioned earlier, I've got a full video breaking down the latest carry-on rules for 2025. Stick around until the end of this video and you can click over to it for a detailed walkthrough. As for your carry-on bag, just place it directly on the belt. Phones, headphones, and small electronics can usually stay packed, but laptops and larger tablets need to come out and go in their own bin. If you're unsure, just listen to the TSA officer. They'll tell you exactly what needs to come out. Then comes the scanner. Sometimes it's the old-school metal detector. Other times, it's the big pod you stand in with your arms up like you're being arrested by invisible cops. Either way, it takes seconds. If something sets it off, like forgotten keys or coins in your pocket, don't panic. They'll either wand you down or give you a quick pat-down. And occasionally, security might pull you aside for a swab test on your hands or bag. It's not because they think you're suspicious. It's just a random check for restricted substances. Feels awkward, sure, but it's routine and usually done in under a minute. No drama, no trouble. And then, once you're clear, you're on your way. That's your cue to scoop everything back into your bag, slip your shoes on, and keep moving. You can always reorganize once you're at your gate. Right now, it's just about making space for the next person in line. And trust me, there's always someone behind you who's running late. Here's the truth. Security feels like a test, but it's really just a routine. Everyone looks frazzled, everyone forgets something, and everyone survives it. By the time you're through, you'll realize it wasn't nearly as scary as it looked. Kind of like stressing over a math quiz, only to find out it was just 5 easy questions. Now comes the section where airports love to play tricks on first-timers. Finding your gate. It's like being dropped into a giant shopping mall that just happens to have planes attached. Don't worry, I'll show you how to spot your gate fast, avoid wandering in circles, and even handle those last-minute gate changes without breaking a sweat. And just so you know, once you finally board and get to your seat, a few simple first steps are waiting for you there too. Nothing complicated, just the basics to get settled without stress. And stick around, because later I'll walk you through a bonus section. What to do if you've got a connecting flight or need to grab your bags after landing. Finding your gate and not getting lost. Okay, you've survived security. Congratulations. Now comes the part that seems easy but trips people up all the time. Actually finding your gate. First things first, don't just wander off toward the shops. Head straight to your gate before you do anything else. Even if you plan to grab food or shop later, go find it first. That way you know exactly where you need to be when boarding starts. It's like putting a pin on your mental map. You'll feel way more relaxed knowing, yep, that's my spot. How do you find it? Start with your boarding pass. There'll be a gate number printed on it, usually a letter and a number, like B12. But here's the trick. Gates change. Airlines swap them around more than people swap seats at a wedding. So don't rely only on the paper. Look up at the big departure boards right after security. Find your flight number, double-check the gate listed, and note if it says on time or delayed. Then, just follow the airport signs. Every airport is covered in them, and they're usually color-coded and big enough that you can spot them from a distance. Still nervous? Don't be shy. Asking an airport worker, hey, where's gate B12, is something people do every single day. Now remember, some airports are huge. Your gate could be a short walk away or feel like a mini marathon. Now, as you're making your way there, here's a pro tip nobody really talks about. Scout out the bathrooms on the way. If you see one that isn't too crowded, make a mental note. You'll thank yourself later, because the last thing you want is realizing you need to go right when boarding is about to start. Trust me, nothing feels worse than hearing your name over the loudspeaker while you're stuck in a restroom stall. Once you found your gate, you can finally breathe. Now's the time to grab food, fill your water bottle. Most airports have refill stations past security. Or recharge your phone. Just avoid those random public USB ports. They're not always safe. Stick to your own charger and a wall outlet if you can. And remember that restroom you spotted on the way? This is the perfect moment to use it before boarding begins. This is also the perfect time to reorganize. Put your ID and boarding pass somewhere easy to grab. And maybe download one last playlist or show while you've got Wi-Fi. Doing this now means you won't be the one frantically digging through your bag when boarding starts. Keep things you'll want right away, like your headphones, somewhere easy to reach, so you're not stuck unzipping and digging through your whole bag once you're actually on the plane with people waiting behind you. Basically, use this waiting period to get yourself set up for the flight. And don't worry, everyone around you is doing the same thing. Wandering around, checking screens, eating overpriced snacks, or trying to charge their phone at a half-broken outlet. You're not missing anything. Now for the good news, the last step is boarding, and compared to everything else, it's pretty straightforward. But don't zone out just yet. There are a couple of small but important things that can make this part smoother and save you from being that passenger everyone else side-eyes on the way in. Boarding the plane. Here's how it works. Airlines don't just let everyone rush the door at once, even though it looks like that sometimes. Boarding usually happens in groups or zones, which are printed right on your boarding pass. Listen for the announcements. The gate agents will call people row by row or group by group. Here's the trick. Don't rush to stand up the second your group is announced. Give it a minute. The line clogs instantly, and you'll just be standing there holding your bag. Instead, wait until the line for your group has started moving forward, then hop in. You'll still get on just fine, and you won't waste 10 minutes shuffling an inch at a time. When it's your turn, have your boarding pass and ID ready to scan so the line keeps moving. Then it's down the jet bridge, onto the plane, and straight to your row. At some airports, though, there may not be a jet bridge at all. Instead, you'll head outside onto the tarmac and walk up the stairs into the plane. Sometimes you'll board from the front, sometimes from the back. Either way, just follow the staff and go where they direct you. It's all part of the process of getting everyone on board smoothly. Once you're on the plane, the crew will point you toward your seat. And here's where that prep at the gate pays off. Keep your smaller items, like headphones, a book, or your tablet, in an easy-to-reach pocket of your bag. That way, when you're stowing your carry-on in the overhead bin, you can quickly grab what you'll want for the flight without holding up the aisle. Your larger carry-on goes up top. Your personal item, like a backpack or purse, slides neatly under the seat in front of you, and the things you'll use during the flight can go right into the seat pocket in front of you for easy access. Finally, sit down, buckle your seatbelt, take a breath, and let yourself relax. You've done it. The hardest part is behind you. You've made it on the plane. Amazing job! But before we wrap this up, there's one more bonus section you really don't want to skip. Even if you don't have a connecting flight, you'll definitely need the baggage claim tips we're about to cover. And hey, if this video has helped you feel a little more confident, take 5 seconds to hit like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And make sure you don't miss the next travel hack book. Bonus: connecting flights and baggage claim. Not everyone will need this, but it's worth knowing just in case. If you have a connecting flight, don't panic. Airports are built for this. The moment you step off the plane, follow the signs for connections or transfers. Double-check the big screens for your next gate because they change often. And here's a key tip. Sometimes you'll need to go through security again, especially if you're entering a new country. It feels annoying, but it's totally normal. Just allow yourself enough time between flights so you're not rushing. Now, for baggage claim. This part applies to almost everyone. Once you land, just follow the signs for baggage claim or arrivals. You'll end up in a big hall with a bunch of carousels going around in circles. Look up at the overhead monitors to find which carousel is assigned to your flight number. That's where your bag will show up. And don't stress if it feels like it's taking forever. Bags often come out 15 to 30 minutes after landing. That little stub from your bag tag is your receipt, so keep it handy just in case you need to prove which one is yours. Once your bag rolls past, grab it and you're good to go. You've just made it all the way from the front doors of the airport to baggage claim, and hopefully this guide took a lot of the stress out of it. If it did, that's exactly why I pivoted this channel to focus on travel. I spend so much time in airports myself, and I know how overwhelming they can feel, especially if it's been a while since your last trip. My goal is to make it easier, one step at a time. So if this helped you even a little, you'll find plenty more tips waiting for you right here on Travel Hackbook. And here's a quick idea. Save this video to a playlist so you can come back to it before your next trip. That way, it's right there as a reminder. Here's to breezing through airports without the stress.